That's lovely. He waiting for you? Number one, my son, he loves you very much. You know that, right?
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Do you? That's good. That's lovely. He's waiting for you?
He's my big brother.
That's your big brother. So, like, listen, Layla.
Lala.
Whatever.
That's my name.
Whatever they paying you, I can do better than that.
Pay whom what? You ain't got no real money anyway, anyhow.
You got to say that to me.
Look, I don't know who you've been talking to, Mr. Shuttlesworth, or who you think I am, but I'm the only one here who really cares about Jesus, all right?
Is that right? Well, why don't you help me then, since you really care about
what you need to do is let go of my arm.
No, what I need...
Let go of my arm.
Oh, no disrespect.
Thank you.
No disrespect. Thank you for what you said. Look, son, why don't you go on? What you got there? Range Rover?
Son.
Why don't you go and get back in your Range Rover?
Yo, don't be trying to blow up the spot, all right?
Look, I'm not trying to disrespect you. Huh? I didn't hear what you said. Huh? What you said?
DeAndre!
You can't talk now, huh? Well, number one, my son, he loves you very much.
Yo, you saw that?
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Do you? That's good. That's lovely.
I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh Hashem Shad. This is part 2. I meant to write this. I meant to say this in the other video. With the scene with Denzel Washington. That's another thing too. When you have a parent that's coming for your defense and to protect you, they love you, man. You know, they don't want you to get hurt, or they don't want to see you. They don't want to see you lose your They don't want to see you get caught up with the BS. All right, they don't want to see you get your feelings hurt by people out here that don't care nothing about you. So when you think that your father or your mother is not loving you or caring for you, you know what I'm saying, you got another thing coming, man. Your mother and father cares for you. They will do anything in their will to look, you know, to look after you, man. You know what I'm saying? So in this clip right here, you saw Denzel Washington. He addressing this young lady. He said, "You his girlfriend." And he knew already from the rip that she was full of it. So he's protecting the son still after the fact that he came home from prison. You know, he accidentally killed his mom. And when you go back and watch the film, his mother accidentally was trying to. His mother was trying to break up the little scuffle that him and his son had, and he pushed her and she banged her head on the corner of the kitchen top, right, or the table when you watch the film. So the man did time. He came home, and he needs to protect his son because his son now is his big time high school star, and he's blowing up, and people just want to use him for the fame. They don't really care about him. So his father is still doing his job as a father. Regardless of the fact of him being away for so many years, he knows how people are. They only see a dollar sign, or they want to use you because you got something. So he's protecting the son, and his son was giving him a hard time and having resentment, holding that against him. But he was his son. He said, "Just forgive me. If you don't forgive me, you'll never grow." You know what I'm saying? And even us parents we need forgiveness from our children too. You know what I mean? Sometimes we push them so hard, and we not perfect. You know what I'm saying? So, it's but anyway, that clip I'm just showing you that clip where, when your parents care about you, they're willing to sacrifice their life on the line for you. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever think that don't ever think that when you see your mother and father is checking someone overreacting or about you, say, "Oh man, my mother and dad at it again. They about to embarrass me out here." Don't look at it like that. Yeah, okay, maybe they go about it differently, but you should say, "Damn, I got parents that care about me." You know what I'm saying? And my mom and dad used to be like that. You know what I'm saying? My dad was a real reserved type of man. He never really get into any kind of scuffle altercations because he understood how to control his spirit. He wasn't a problematic person where he wants to fight and argue with people, man. You know what I'm saying? my mother, she was a loving person, a people's person. She got along with everybody, but she also, too, you fuck with her, she would go to fuck off on you. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't hold no holds barred. So I kind of get that hardness from my mom and, you know, from my dad, too, because he'll set your ass straight. But he's the kind of person where I get this from him where, like, I'm easy going, like, all right, whatever. You know, you kind of, like, let it go. You know what I'm saying? You kind of not, you know, you kind of just like, all right, I'll brush it off. You know what? My dad was quick to have that, that mercy, that forgiveness, and that kindness, you know, after he cuss your ass out, too, once you take him there. You know what I'm saying? But, especially, like, for my son and daughter, I'm always going to protect my son and daughter. I don't give a damn, man. You know, my father told me, my mother and father always tell us, man, we fight together, we die together. And my dad said that, look, man, if I'm ever in these streets and we fighting or somebody trying to hurt me, you better be there and protect me, man, as a fan, especially when we there together. He said, if you run off or you scared or you do anything, my dad said, yo, man, he said it will break his heart, man. He said, man, I can't see you like that. He said, regardless if we lose or win, we stick together. And that's what family does. Family that love each other. You know what I mean? So, you know, and my dad was right. Some of the things he taught me and showed me, I'm grateful for. You know what I'm saying? I miss my dad. You know, my dad been going 18 years. And I miss my father, man. I wish I could still have conversations with him to this day. And, you know, and I truly do miss him. You know, so I tell my son, man, I said, you more fortunate than me. You know what I mean? Far as that, in this day society, a lot of kids don't have mother and fathers. It's a broken society. They don't have any guidance. And I told my son, you more fortunate, because my dad ain't have all these cars and all these things. And when the time he had me, he didn't have these things. You know what I'm saying? And it was fucked up because it was fucked up because I used to judge my father from the outer appearance, looking at him like he in the projects, he's scrambling for things, he digging in garbages and doing all these things, and he always finding things, fixing things, and bringing home a piece of junk and crap. But my dad always kept the roof over my head, always kept clothes on my back. It was hard growing up, man. It was fucking hard. You know what I mean? Like, people had it rough than me. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I couldn't ask for a better childhood, man. I had a good childhood, man, growing up. You know, and I had more good than bad. You know what I'm saying? And despite of my shortcomings, you know what I'm saying? You know, getting in trouble, getting locked up, being in front of the judge, doing all these things, man. That's a one part of my life, man, and that's not something I glorify. But that's just one of my testimonies that I share with Israel. You understand? And to let them know that I'm not the only one that go through things. You have people that go through, insurmountable of things, man. People have worse things than me, man. And what I've gone through is nothing compared to what somebody else going through. You know, so it humbled me. You know, so I'm grateful that the Most High has protected me with His angels. You know, because you got a lot of people in your family and, you know, friends and loved ones, you know, that you thought as your loved ones are. Sometimes they're demons, man. They fucking demons. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope that you guys take a lesson from this, man, and, you know, don't get too upset with your father, man, or your mother, especially when they're looking out for you, man, when they care for you. You only get one of those. You don't get 2 or 3 of those. I'm not talking about stepdaddies and stepmoms. I'm talking about your real biological mother and father who raised you, who was there in your life, who took care of you. You don't put nobody over your mother and father. You understand? You only get one of those, man. And I didn't have a father to this day where he can see me raise my kids, count on my wedding, you know, see me doing good in life, getting my first car. You know, I didn't have that, man. You know, my father, I had him, but he didn't see those other parts of my life come into manhood. I was already growing into manhood, but he died. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's bittersweet for me, man. And for a very long time, I was mad at the Lord. I was very angry at the Lord. I would say, Lord, why would you take my father away from me? And I need him in the most important point of my life. And it hurt me, man. You know, it hurt me. But I understood that the decision makers that my dad made is because the wage of sin is death. You know, so I understand that. And then America is no good. So they add to it and make things even worse. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, man, you know, when I see some of my friends, they still got their fathers and they teach their sons how to tie a tie. And you know, I had to learn these things, man. You know, I had to learn these things. And it was a deal breaker for me, man. It was a deal breaker for me, man. You know, to a certain point when I see some, or if I did see my friends with their father after my father passed, it saddened me, man. Because I always thought that my father was going to be here forever. We always think that our parents are going to be here forever. You know, it's like they're safety net. But once they leave and go, you know, it's a void. It's a hole in your heart. You know what I'm saying? So I tell you guys, man, you young kids, man, love your mother and father, man. You know what I'm saying? Kids, I mean, father, don't push your sons and daughters away because you're going to make a hardship. And kids don't want to be bothered, man. You got kids that don't want to be bothered with their father, man. I knew a guy on at my job. You know, he retired and he had sons and daughters that was very successful. He had one daughter that was a brain surgeon, a son that was a electrician or carpenter or something like that. And this guy I'm talking about, he was a plasterer, a skilled tradesman. So he had. And I think his other daughter was a lawyer, I believe. So he had children that were successful, man. He put them through school, whatever. But as time went on, he pushed them away, you know. And he wouldn't tell me what happened, but I found out through other people, and they told me the real story why. You know, he was bitter, he was hurt, he had resentment. He took it out on his kids based on the woman he was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever trauma or situation he was dealing with. The man had stomach cancer. You know, he went through a lot. You know what I mean? So I kind of understand in a way that he's bitter towards men, you know, on this earth. You know what I mean? Because the life didn't give him all roses. You know what I mean? But hey, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? That's between him and Yahweh, man. But you know, his kids didn't love him. Kids didn't want to be around him. Kids don't even talk to him. He got grandchildren, you know what I mean? Because children remember these things that you do to them, man. You know, so trying to be easygoing, man. So, you know, today I'm gonna talk to my son and daughter about the things, you know, that's on my mind. And I'm gonna let them speak, man. You know what I mean? And just take heed, man. And you know, to tell my kids that I love them. You know, love your kids, man. Tell your kids that you love them, man. Tell your children that you love them. Say, son, I love you. Daughter, I love you. You know, daddy love you. You know, or if you're a female, and you're a mommy, say, look, baby, mommy love you. You know, mommy care for you. Mommy, you know, be there for your kids, man. Tell your children that you love them, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this world ain't gonna love them, man. The world gonna spit them up, eat them, and regurgitate them, man. This world don't care about them. It's nothing like a mother's love and a father's love. You understand? So, you know, with that being said, shalom.